What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time to review My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 1. Or as the episode itself calls it, Episode 14, which I think is cool. But My Hero Academia is back, and what do I think? This was a good episode. That's about it. No, it was a good episode, though. There isn't too much to talk about as far as anything major happening. The first 5 or so minutes are kind of a recap of stuff we already knew. But what's really cool, though, is the first part is just a recap of him like not having a quirk and all that stuff that we've already seen, which I think we've seen probably maybe a little too much of, but it makes sense to have it at the premiere of the season, so I'm not complaining. But then we get All Might's part of the recap, where he talks about how he gave his powers to this kid and everything, and it seems like he's probably writing it to the person who had All for One before All Might had it, which is really cool. And we get like a brief glimpse of this guy, and we see All Might's real name, which I feel really bad for forgetting right now, but I think it started with a T. But it's cool to see that. And yeah, that was a cool scene. They kind of did a recap, but they also kind of worked it into the story in a really cool way. So that was cool, definitely like that. Then we get this meeting between All Might and these other dudes. We get that really hot chick, that one hot teacher, the cowboy dude, another buff dude, and of course the adorable principal. And with his badass scar, which I still want to know how he got that. But yeah, they have this meeting and they're discussing what happened recently, and I kind of like how no time has really gone by. It literally picks up right where episode 13 left off pretty much. Like the next day, they're talking about the incident where Nomu and the dude with the hands all over, you know, when they showed up, and they don't know who these guys are, no record of them. They're trying to analyze who this guy is with the hands on his face to see who he may be working for or if he's working alone. Really cool, actually interesting dialogue that I liked. So yeah, then we have the stuff with the classroom, and that's pretty much what you'd expect. A lot of comedy, a lot of the characters just kind of being themselves, being quirky. I didn't even mean to do that. But yeah, they were being quirky, pardon the pun. But yeah, fun scene, characters just being comedic. Not really too much to say. They're kind of bragging about how they were involved with the situation and sort of reflecting on it in a lighthearted way. We also get this nice scene, though, where the really pink chick like leans her chair back and like Sue has to like catch it, and they're like talking to each other. I don't even remember what they were talking about, but I really like that when she leans her chair back, Sue like catches her from like falling because she leaned it back too far. I like little details like that. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to worship the scene or anything, but when you put in those little details that you didn't have to put in, that add just that little bit of an extra layer of character to the scene, is really cool, because you didn't need to include that. She could have just leaned her chair back, talked to her like normal, no reason to do that, but it adds just a little bit more character to it, which I really like. One Piece does this, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, there are shows that do this, and I really appreciate the little details. But again, not going to worship it too much. It's not like an amazing scene or anything, but yeah, it's nice to see that little detail thrown in, because they definitely didn't have to put that in there, and I always appreciate the extra effort. That being said, there's really nothing else to say other than Aizawa looks funny, all wrapped up the way he is. But then he builds up the festival. This is actually the big... I almost went to the next part of the episode. He builds up the sports festival, which is cool. That's what we've seen in the promotional stuff. We've seen these other students, and they're in the opening, which I guess I'll get my thoughts on the opening out of the way. I don't love it, honestly. I mean, the song might grow on me. I'll let the song grow on me if it's going to, but the animation and everything... The first, like, half of it is just them stretching, which I get why, you know, sports festival and, like, preparing and everything, but not the most interesting thing to look at, even though the animation is good. And then once the actual opening kicks into high gear and you see a bunch of cool stuff happening, all that stuff looks good. But I don't think the song is as good as the last opening. Again, I'll let it grow on me, see how I feel about it, but I don't think I'm going to end up liking it as much as the last opening. And visually, I thought it could be more interesting. I felt like I was watching an ending when they were all just kind of stretching. It just felt very minimal and kind of lackluster, and then the rest of it was really cool. But nitpicking, opening doesn't really matter. The show itself is what matters. And I guess I could segue myself back into the talking about the episode with that. What else happened in this episode? We get All Might and Midoriya eating lunch. No, before that they ask Uraraka why she wants to be a hero. And she says money, which is really funny because earlier in the episode she was screaming a lot. And it wasn't annoying or anything, I'm not going to say that. She was screaming a lot, and the Nami in her voice came out, because she has the same English voice actor as Nami from One Piece. So I was like, oh, she really sounds like Nami right now. And then she says that her goal is money, which is just really funny, because it's like, that's so Nami, but we see that it's for a good cause, it's for her family, and we see her as a kid, and it's like fucking disgustingly adorable, and yeah, nice little bit of characterization, kind of seeing her motivation, that's really good character progression, and then you have Midoriya and All Might, and All Might basically says he can only fight as All Might for 50 minutes now, you know, in full buff mode, and he can only spend time in that form without fighting for an hour and a half. And Midoriya's like, holy shit, and he's like, yeah, I know, right? But you're going to replace me, so it's cool, right? But yeah, they have this cool conversation, they build up the hype at the end of the episode, and yeah, it was really cool. It was a cool way to end the episode. So yeah, it's a good return to form for the series. Again, animation, nothing spectacular, but nothing bad. Well-paced episode. Pretty good characterization for Uraraka, and really nice seeing them try to figure out what's going on with this dude with all the hands. I forget his name, if we got it before, I'm not sure. They're trying to figure out what's going on with him, and that scene was really cool. The stuff in the classroom was fun, comedic. It's My Hero Academia. It's back. It seems to be up to the same standard it was before. And yeah, so hopefully it's going to be a really cool season. I'm excited for the sports festival. And I didn't see the ending. I turned off the episode before the ending, so I don't have an opinion on it. I didn't see the next episode preview. But yeah, good episode. 7.5 out of 10. Good characterization for Uraraka. Really cool seeing them try to investigate and analyze this guy and figure things out. Hype for the sports festival. Really cool episode. So, what did you guys think of this episode of My Hero Academia? You go ahead and tell me in the comments section below. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. Click that little bell to get notifications of when my videos go up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.